Today we are taking the stereo out of a 2005 Toyota Corolla. We're going to start with putting the key in the ignition, setting the parking brake, and shifting to a lower gear here, just a little bit. We're going to take our pry bar and start at the very back of the panel that goes around the gear shift and pry this panel up. Clips should release as this happens, and this is going to pull back, and all the clips release with pry pressure. We're going to work it over the gear shift, and there is a connector here at the 12-volt supply that we're going to wiggle loose. There we go, and we're going to set this panel to the side. Next we're going to go to the AC heater controls, and we're going to grasp the center knob, and we're going to pull this knob off and remove this knob. This is going to give access to a hidden screw here, and we're going to remove this screw. We're going to move back to our pry bar and attempt to pry this next panel out from the dash. Again, with pry pressure, these panels will, the clips will release. Now we're working our way up the sides of this panel to release it, and we're going to pull this forward and pull it from the dash. Is going to give access to the connectors. All these connectors are keyed so they fit only one spot in the vehicle, but there are little triggers on the connectors that you have to squeeze down into the connector. This will release the latch and allow you to wiggle a connector loose, but usually the trigger's right on the top and you push the trigger down to release it. On the second connector, the trigger was on the side. Top connector over here, trigger's on the top, and again the top trigger we're going to push down and release. Now this is going to release the panel, and we will be able to set this to the side. We're going to need a 10mm socket to remove the stereo. We have 4 bolts underneath this stereo. There's one here. One way in the back here. One way over on the right. Right next to that one. There is one also in the center, but we're not going to need to remove that one. Okay, we have all these screws loose. And there are clips remaining in dash that hold this panel in place. And we're going to work it forward, work across the top. There we go. We've released the clips from that. And now we're going to make sure we don't lose all our screws that we've loosened. And pull this car stereo forward. As you're pulling it forward, there are little hooks on the brackets that held the screws at the bottom. You have to be careful they don't catch in the grooves, and lift them up high enough to release. And this will allow you to pull the car stereo out of the dash. Now with the car stereo pulled forward, we have access to several connectors here in the back as well. Pulling the stereo out of the dash to connect the antenna connector has released itself from its slot, but we also still have 2 remaining connectors with triggers on them. Again, these connectors are all keyed, so they only fit one spot. There's no mistake putting them in the wrong spot. And we're going to remove these 2 connectors. And this is how you remove the stereo out of a Toyota Corolla. Hope this video has been helpful. Please see our other videos, and if you need repair help, we see this one in shop for the CD changer not working, jammed, will not play, and so on. In some cases, disconnecting the negative terminal from the battery for about 5 minutes and then hooking it back up can reset this changer and bring it back to working. Other than that, this is an issue we need to see in the shop to take care of. Again, hope this video has been helpful. Thank you for watching.